Hello, Malawi Cichlids amateur. This is Ben Ochard from the United States, entering your 100 subs contest. And I actually have been recently using very old school test strips in my testing. I've been using these Tetra Easy strips, and it lets me test for the nitrates, nitrites, and all that good stuff, as well as a separate strip for ammonia. And let's go ahead and do a test now and see how it looks. The key with these strips is following the instructions exactly. Both of these types of test strips have very different procedures. The ammonia strip, for example, the ammonia strip, you slosh back and forth for 10 seconds. Then you shake the excess off of it, and you compare it immediately to what's going on up here. And as you can see, my ammonia is perfect, which is what I would expect, since there's nothing that would be bringing about ammonia. It's in the perfect safe zone there. So that one, you slosh back and forth for 10 seconds and shake off the excess and then compare to the colors. That's very different from how you do the other one. On the multi-test strip, you just dip it for 1 second, and then you have to let it sit for 30 seconds to develop, and you don't remove the excess water. So you dip it for 1 second, and you just let it sit there for 30 seconds, and then you go ahead and do the comparison to the chart. So my nitrates are testing a little bit over 40. They were actually testing at 80, and I went ahead and did a complete canister maintenance on one of my canister filters. Now I'm going to do maintenance on the second canister, because I like my nitrates to be below 40 in this safe zone. So you can see I'm a little bit darker than that, but I'm lighter than 80, so I'm coming in between 40 and 80. That's not something that's going to put me into a horrible panic, but at the same time, it's higher than it should be. So I'm going to service the second canister, and I'm going to go ahead and get these nitrates down. Nitrites are at 0. You can see here, there's like nothing on the nitrites. My hardness is very hard. That's pretty much in the perfect zone. Chlorine, non-existent chlorine in the water, as you can see, and looks like I'm alkalinity is somewhere right above moderate. Yeah, right around moderate, maybe a little higher than moderate. And my hardness is about 7-8, right between 7-8 and 8. Right in there is my pH is about 8, I would say. Looking at how it's turned from yellow-orange over to red, I'd say my pH is about 8, which is great for a cichlid tank. So pH is good. Everything else is perfect, except the nitrite or the nitrates are a little higher than I like them to be. And I'll go ahead and do a second canister maintenance. That's the tip-off. I'll go ahead and get that done. And I am going to be switching over to an API master test kit. These strips have worked for me, but as I'm moving into 2 tanks now and adding a 125 and getting into fish that are more mature and more expensive, I'm going to go ahead and go into an API master test kit. So there you have it. Thank you so much for having this contest, and very well done on your channel and the growth it's experiencing. You're certainly posting a lot of great content, and I hope you get a ton of subscribers. So there you go. Thank you so much, and that's it for now. Oh, one last point. I will add a little extra safe into the tank just to neutralize things between now and the time I service the second canister. I know you wanted some tips on what to do on high test results. And I really don't know why those two test kits that you had tested out so differently. That really, that's a bit of a mystery. It makes me wonder about how you might have either expired chemicals or maybe contaminated vials. There's a couple things that might be behind why you're getting such a difference in your test results. Anyway, okay, there you have it. Over and out.